This is a video about a really interesting trading indicator known as the Linear Regression Volume Profile, and it's by ChartPrime. It's basically a tool that combines a trend-following channel with volume analysis, helping you spot key levels where the action is happening. We're going to go over what this indicator is and how you can use it in your trading. If you happen to find value in this video, remember to leave a like. Let's get straight into it. Now, to get started with this indicator, you first of all want to go to TradingView, the trading platform that I'm going to be using. If you need to sign up, there's a link in the video description for you to do that. Next, you want to load up your chart, any market, any time frame you like, and click on Indicator. Then type in Linear Regression Volume Profile. It's going to be this one by ChartPrime. Go ahead and click to add it to your chart. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the all-powerful Linear Regression Volume Profile indicator by ChartPrime. What it does is pretty cool. It draws a channel based on linear regression to show you the trend, but then it overlays a volume profile right inside that channel, showing you exactly where the most trading volume has occurred within that trend. So, looking at the indicator on your chart, you'll see a few key things. First, there's the channel itself, made up of these lines. These lines act like dynamic support and resistance levels based on the current trend calculated by linear regression. You might see price react strongly when it reaches these outer channel lines. Then, inside the channel, you've got this colorful histogram, which is the volume profile part. It's split into different levels, and you'll see these bars showing how much volume was traded at each level. Notice the colors? They usually go from yellow for low volume areas to red for high volume areas, making it super easy to spot where the market interest is concentrated. And next to these bars, you'll often see percentage values, telling you exactly what share of the total volume happened in that specific zone. Finally, there's usually a little arrow signal somewhere, often in a floating label, that quickly tells you if the overall channel trend is pointing up or down. Next up, let's dive into the settings, because you can really customize this thing if you open up the Inputs tab. First off, you've got the period setting, which is set to 100 by default. This basically tells the indicator how far back to look when it's calculating that linear regression trend channel. So, a bigger number gives you a smoother, longer-term channel, while a smaller number makes it react quicker to more recent price action. Then, under the Levels section, there's QDY, that's quantity, set at 7 there. This controls how many horizontal slices or levels the volume profile gets divided into, kinda like the resolution of the profile. More levels give you finer detail, fewer levels give you a broader view. Right below that, you've got Style, showing solid selected. This lets you pick how those level lines look. You know, solid, dashed, or dotted, whatever suits your eye, and you can probably change their color too with that little box next to it. Moving down to the Profile section, we see Width, set at 7. This adjusts how wide those volume profile bars stick out horizontally from the channel. And then there's Channel Size, showing 0.8 here. This one controls how wide the actual channel is vertically. Think of it like stretching or squashing the distance between the middle line and those outer. Support and resistance bands based on deviation. You've also got those two color boxes. Looks like purple and yellow in the image. These let you set the color gradient for the volume bars, showing the shift from low volume areas, maybe yellow, to high volume hotspots, maybe purple or vice versa. Finally, there's a little checkbox for Inputs in Status Line. Ticking this just means the indicator's main settings, like the period and quantity you picked, will show up conveniently in the status line at the top left of your chart. So yeah, plenty of ways to tweak it to fit how you like to see things. Next, we're going to go over how we can use this indicator to trade. But before we do that, let's talk about SimpleFX, which is the Forex broker that I use for trading. It's fast, effective, and safe to trade with. Not only do they have a web and mobile application, but they also have a desktop application that you can download and trade with. They have no minimum deposit, and they made sure to use only the charts from TradingView across all their trading platforms. SimpleFX, as mentioned before, has a mobile application that allows you to trade wherever you are. They have over 1,000 tradable instruments, including Forex, commodities, indices, and equities. But what I love the most about SimpleFX is that they give you a first deposit bonus of up to $5,000 and a 10% cashback. To get access to the bonus and all the other perks, sign up to SimpleFX using the link in the video description. Alright, now let's talk about how you might actually use this indicator in your trading. The core idea is to combine the trend information with the volume information. So, first, you use the channel and that little direction arrow to figure out the main trend. If the channel's pointing up, you're generally looking for bullish setups, and if it's pointing down, you're looking for bearish ones. Then, you pay close attention to that volume profile inside the channel. Those levels with the really big bars, especially the red ones showing high volume, are super important. These are areas where a lot of trading happened, meaning they often act as strong support or resistance levels. For a bullish setup, you might watch for the price to be in an uptrend, channel pointing up, and then pull back towards the lower channel line. If that lower line also happens to line up with a high volume zone, a big red bar on the profile, that could be a potentially strong area to look for a bounce and consider a long entry. Conversely, for a bearish setup, if the channel is pointing down and the price rallies up towards the upper channel line, especially if it coincides with a high volume node, that could be a zone to watch for rejection and a potential short entry. You're basically looking for price to interact with the channel boundaries, using the volume profile to confirm if that boundary area is actually significant based on past activity. So, to wrap things up, the Linear Regression Volume Profile by ChartPrime is a neat tool that brings together trend analysis using a linear regression channel and volume analysis with an integrated volume profile. It helps you see the directional flow of the market while also pinpointing those crucial price levels where significant volume has been traded, which often act as key support and resistance zones. It gives you a way to find potentially high probability areas by looking at where trend structure meets volume concentration. Just remember, this is not financial advice. The strategy ideas we talked about are based purely on indicators, and you should always do your own analysis. Consider adding your own price action reading, fundamental analysis, or other confirmations before taking any trades. Trading involves risk. And hey, if you found value in this video, please remember to leave a like. It really helps out. Or even better, consider subscribing to the channel to stay tuned for more indicator insights and strategies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.